This is Steve from Boxing UK in association with Supreme CBD. Billy Nelson, you're looking really, really well, mate. Can you share your secrets?
Well, just I suppose a better lifestyle, eating a bit better, doing a wee bit of training. Not as much as I did do initially because I have lost a lot of weight. I'm just better things for me all round, really.
Good man. Well, credit where credit's due, Billy. As I say, you're looking absolutely top of the pops, mate.
Thank you.
Big day for you in your heavyweight. Martin Bakole, Billy, signed with Boxer.
Yeah, absolutely over the moon for him. When we met 4.5 years ago, this was the plan to be on one of the biggest platforms there is in the world and showcase his skills. Well, when I met him 4.5 years ago, he was number 132 in the world in the rankings, and now he's number 1 in the WBA. So we're on the verge of, I would like to think, if not a final eliminator, a straight mandatory world title shot.
So Ben Shalom earlier today said that you've absolutely been on and on and on at him. Can I ask what that involves from your
Say that again, sorry.
Sorry, Billy. Ben Shalom said that you've been on and on at him in regards to signing Martin. Can I ask what that means from you? What do you do when you pester people?
I just tell them, I like to think people know what I'm talking about with it when I'm talking about boxing and boxers. And the guy's an undoubted fantastic talent. I mean, he sparred the very, very best in the UK, and you know, you can see the ability that he's got a mile away. You'd need to be a fool not to appreciate the skill that he's got. Many top fighter coaches have said to me, outstanding fighter. So I mean, Martin had many options. We had 3 UK fighters, 3 UK promoters after him, a couple of European promoters and a couple of American promoters. And to be fair, we could have signed a contract a long time ago, but we wanted to make sure we were making the right decision, because this is the biggest decision of his career, because he's so close to a world title shot, and we plumped with Boxer and Sky.
The first thing that would immediately come to mind, Billy, does this mean a bit of stability and activity for Martin?
Well, you'd certainly think so, wouldn't you? You'd like to think so. We've already got a date for the next fight, which I'm sure Boxer will announce very, very soon, and then we'll take it for there. So we're very happy. We'll be boxing very shortly.
As boxing fans tend to do, Billy, the speculation will go through the roof straight away. Boxer have got Joe Parker. Hughie Fury was going to fight Michael Hunter. Can we expect any of those names? Maybe it's not next, but at some point? Or Ben Shalom said you're looking at the WBA route with Daniel Dubois' belt. Can you give us an idea of what you want to take, Martin?
Well, we want to fight Daniel Dubois for the regular title, if not the full title. If the full title was relinquished after Fury and Usyk fight, but if we don't go for the full title, we'll definitely be hunting for Daniel Dubois, because I believe Martin knocked Daniel Dubois out comfortably.
Can I ask us Martin's
and also
Billy? Go on, sorry, mate.
And also I don't think Joseph Parker's a friend of ours, as is Hughie. So truthfully, I wouldn't be overly keen to take either of those fights, but I know it's business, and it's both fights we'd take in a heartbeat if we had to fight them. But I don't think either would be very keen on fighting Martin.
Billy, you've long championed Martin. Are you surprised at his trainer since the Tony Yoke performance that he almost slipped off the radar, didn't he? Which is unbelievable.
He's not. No, he's not. I mean, we've had opportunities to fight long before now, but as I said earlier, we had to make the right decision, and it's took a little bit longer than what we thought it would take. But we're over the moon with the contract that we've got. Very, very happy. Very happy.
Can I ask you to quickly look back on the Tony Yoka fight, because that is Martin's last performance. Fair to say he went over to France as the underdog, but blimey, Billy, what a display.
It was underdog in many people's eyes. It wasn't an underdog in my eyes. You get 5-1, 5-1 the bookmakers here. My friends, family made a fortune.
Yeah, thanks for the tip, Billy.
A fortune. We must have emptied the bookie Saxios and energy in Coatbridge.
Good man. Just how good was he that night? Because, you know, we watched it. It was...
Well, I mean, it was a 10-round fight. I gave Yoka possibly the 7th round. Martin won every other round, plus put him down twice. And remarkably, a judge gave it a draw. Nearly as remarkably, the other 2 judges only gave him about 2 or 3 rounds. I mean, people said it's possibly the worst scoring they've ever seen. But you know, for the guy that gave it a draw, but you can't give the guys who gave it only by 2 rounds any credit either, can you?
Not at all.
Because they would have had it a draw. They would have had it a draw minus the 2 knockdowns.
Yeah.
Now Yoka, I'm sure, had a fractured cheekbone, he had a broken nose, his face was a bit of a mess, and Martin had never had a blemish on him.
Has that performance left him arguably the most avoided heavyweight, Billy? Would be fair to say.
He's been the most avoided heavyweight since before that fight, but even more so now. But that's not going to be the case. It can't be the case now that, you know, if we become mandatory or fight final eliminator for whatever title we fight for, once he becomes the world champion, he's the one with the target on his back. Then people will be chasing him, not vice versa. But unlike other heavyweights, Martin has done it the harder way. He's went to Poland and knocked out USYK. He went to France and battered the Olympic gold medalist. So, you know, going into somebody's back garden doesn't faze Martin Bakole in the slightest. Unlike many other fighters who wouldn't even dream of doing that.
Yeah. You've mentioned world title, Billy. The obvious question: will Martin Bakole become heavyweight world champion
this year? I hope.
Right.
Given the opportunity, he'll beat him. He'll beat everybody. I think he's capable of beating everybody on the planet. The only person that's possible, you know, I think is better than him just now is Tyson Fury. You know, he's sparred basically the rest of them, and there's none he fears whatsoever. He's stopped many of them. He's got the better of most of them. So, what fears has he got?
Yeah. On a personal level, though, you get an awful lot of grief when you champion Martin like that.
When I champion him like that, but that's fact. It's not as if I'm making something up. It's factual. He's knocked out people that are top 10, top 5, top 2.
that narrows it down.
Well, it has. So why should I get grief when it's happened? It's factual. It's not. I'm not making something up. People don't like the fact. See, if Martin was English, he'd be a superstar now. Yeah. He's Congolese. He comes from a small wee place. He's no outspoken and talk a lot of shit like a lot of the. Well, sure, I'll just say it. The English boys. Yeah. He doesn't talk. He doesn't the trash talk. Does his fighting, and he's been beat once in his life. You need to remember, this man's only had 13 amateur fights and 19 pro fights, and he's the top ranked WBA contender in the world. When will he get a bit of recognition and credit? If he was English, they'd be all over him like a rash, wouldn't they? Be honest.
Yeah, being very honest, Billy, yes, they would. He'd be championed as some kind of, up and coming new great hope, wouldn't he?
So why should I not champion him then? But when I see it on a daily basis.
Yeah. I think it's just social media being social media. As soon as you champion somebody that's not player of the month, out come the critics, and Billy Nelson's talking rubbish again.
Social media, Steve, they've not got a clue. The guys, I mean, I listened to something today, and I can't even remember who it was with. One of these guys that goes on YouTube, was it Sporting Icons or something like that? The guy talks a lot of shit. He's not got a clue what he's talking about. Not got a clue. I'm listening to what the guy's saying, and my missus was sitting beside me, and she's like, "What is he saying? What? I mean, even she knew he was talking a lot of nonsense. Nonsense." I mean, I'm going to ask you a question, right? I'll interview you now.
Go on.
Tell me how many English heavyweights would have went over to Paris and fought Tony Yoka and done the performance that Martin Bakole done?
Off the top of my head, I would say obviously Fury, AJ.
Would he? Do you think so?
Yeah, I think
Fury would. I don't know if Anthony would have took that fight.
I think Hughie Fury would fight anybody. Whether he would have performed like Martin, I don't know.
Hughie Fury's a top fighter. I like Hughie Fury. He's a very good fighter.
Yeah. After that, Billy Dubois, I don't know.
No chance. No chance. Not a hope in hell.
Yeah.
No chance.
To put that performance in context, Billy, no, you're probably talking the top two British heavyweights. Possibly Dillian White would have gone over.
Are you joking? He wouldn't go and fight Puev.
Yeah.
He wouldn't go and fight an Olympic gold medalist. And Puev was about 36 at the time. When he go and fight him. How did these guys never shout at Martin Bakole, Steve? How is that? Do you have any idea why?
Because he's dangerous.
Because I know why.
Do you want to share it with us, Billy?
I don't need. It's blatantly obvious. Not once as any day, guys. I know I could mention a top 10 who's refused to fight, and it's an impressive top 10.
Without naming that name, Billy, is there any chance that might be resurrected?
Sorry?
Without naming that name, is there any chance that fight might be resurrected with whoever that was?
No, I'm saying I could name 10 top heavyweights who have refused to fight Martin Bakole. But when he becomes the world champion, if and when he becomes the world champion, all these guys will want to fight him then because they're getting an opportunity to win a world title. But like an elephant, you have a good memory. You say, well, you didn't want to fight us then.
Yeah.
Why fight us now? Why should we give you the opportunity when you never gave us the opportunity?
Fair comment. Billy, when would you hope Martin to become world champion? As early as this year?
I would like to think, well, whenever Daniel Dubois fit again, which I've heard personally it's going to be a long time. So you would imagine he'll either get stripped and two people will fight for a regular title and he gets first challenger against the two guys that fight for it, or he comes back a bit earlier and you fight him straight away. Maybe, I don't know. I think you've got to be looking at August, September time.
Billy, while it's in my head, I have to say, because I'll probably get dogs abuse if I don't, Joe Joyce would have gone over there.
No, he wouldn't have.
You don't think?
No, he wouldn't have. No chance, no. Why is he not fought him since then? Why is he not trying to make the fight since? Why is he fighting a 40-year-old Chinese guy instead of trying to fight Tony Yoka? Because I know it was mentioned. I know the fight was mentioned, maybe even talked about. Why has it not been made? Because surely you want to beat the guy that supposedly robbed you of the Olympic gold medal.
Yeah.
It'd be one of the first guys I know for a fact if Martin Bakole was in Joe Joyce's shoes, one of the guys that he would want to fight straight away. And people might say, well, you want to fight Hunter. If people know the truth, Martin was, what's his name? Michael Hunter was offered the fight twice at the end of last year and knocked it back.
Right.
And we were offered the fight. In fairness, we were offered the fight with about 3.5 weeks, 4 weeks notice. And there's no way I'd put Martin in a position like that to prepare him for a fight against Michael Hunter, because I respect Michael Hunter too much to try and put him in for a fight like that in 4 weeks notice.
Well
But
said.
Michael Hunter let everybody know on Twitter that Martin Bakole knocked back the fight. Yes, we did in 4 weeks notice, but he never mentioned the twice that he knocked it back in November, December.
That doesn't suit the narrative, Billy, does it?
That's boxing, unfortunately, isn't it?
It is indeed, mate. Billy, can I grab your thoughts on just a couple of quick things before I let you go?
Sure.
Obviously, AJ's new trainer, rebuilding after 2 losses to USYK. Just your thoughts on actually changing trainer again and Jermaine Franklin as a comeback opponent?
Well, I don't think it's ever a good sign for any boxer chopping and changing trainers, because to me, that just shows a distinct lack of confidence within yourself when you're chopping and changing and blaming other people. Or it's always somebody else's fault. Robert McCracken is one of the finest trainers this country's ever had, and I think he should have stayed with him. With regards to Franklin, very good fighter. He beat Dylan White, never got a decision. So it could be a good entertaining fight, and I wish Anthony Joshua all the best.
And you've talked about USYK Fury. There's lots of social media posts between the two, Billy. Does it happen this year? And if so, who wins?
It's got to happen this year, isn't it? I mean, I was hoping it would happen early March before. Is it Ramadan? Is the 22nd of March? I don't think it will happen before then now, which is a shame for the boxing world. But and then so Ramadan's for as far as I'm led to believe, I think it's 1 month or 4 weeks. So that would be April the 20th or thereabouts. So then you've got to look at 8 weeks after that, after the training camp. So you're April, May, you could be looking at June, couldn't you now?
Yeah.
But I do hope they get it on before the 24th of March. I just hope it's a matter of getting the site done and getting the fight made, because I think what a top fight that's going to be.
Super. We've waited a long time for an undisputed heavyweight champion, Billy.
Too long.
Yeah. Who wins it, Billy? Or are you sitting on the fence with that one, or you...
I think Fury will win the fight, because he'll utilise his physical attributes better than what Anthony Joshua did.
Last one, just back to Martin, Billy, Sky Sports, boxer, huge news. What can fans expect over the next 12 months?
Well, if Martin Bakole shows his true ability that I see in the gym, you'll be astounded at the talent this guy's got. Fantastic talent, but people in the know this. It's just a matter of getting on the big platform and showing the public this, and they'll be amazed at his talent.
And Billy Nelson, heavyweight world champion trainer, how does that sound?
Well, that's man to win that. I mean, I've won world title fights, and that'd be a lovely thing for me to accomplish. But even better for the boxer that you're training. Good
man, Billy. It's 10 to 9. I appreciate your time, mate. Thank you very much for giving me some of your time on a Wednesday evening. I enjoyed that. I don't often get questions back. So thanks for that, mate.
No problem. You're more than
I look
welcome.
forward to seeing you at the next Martin's boxer debut.
Okay, mate. It was good speaking to you, and all the best to you.
You too, Billy. You look after yourself. Take care.
Thank you. Take care.